Hello, I'm David Barlow. I'm a Hawaii personal injury lawyer. Today we're going to be discussing the article on our webpage, Why Can't I Find a Hawaii Injury Lawyer to Take My Case? This article is found on our webpage. You just click on free advice and you scroll on down, and there are dozens of pages there to help you with all sorts of questions you may have if you've been hurt in a car accident here in Hawaii. So this is an interesting article we decided to write just because we deal with a lot of frustrated people that are calling us, and they've called 10 other lawyers and they're frustrated. They just don't know why they can't find a lawyer. So this is kind of the article to respond to that concern that a lot of people have. They see all these advertisements all over TV and everywhere they just feel like lawyers are everywhere and they're ready to help with any kind of lawsuit that you want to do whatsoever. They're just going to drop everything and, get you $1 million for whatever you want. And it's interesting, but, these people, they need to understand the process that is involved with lawyers. We'll just go from the lawyer's point of view. For a lawyer to accept a case, there are a lot of check boxes they need to go through before they can do so. Okay, injury lawyers are not paid by the hour usually. I'm sure if you can't get a lawyer to take your case on contingency and you want to pay them by the hour, perhaps there are some lawyers out there that would be willing to do that for you. We don't ever charge by the hour. We only do cases on contingency. And so we have to go through all these check boxes when somebody calls us to find out, are we going to be able to help them? Okay, it's not just about us, all right? Why would we give somebody the false hope of something that we can't provide for them? So first we got to go through this list and see if we're going to be able to provide them what they need, which what they need, usually they want to get compensated for something. So first of all, because we do mostly just car accidents, we'll kind of, take it from that point of view. But for car accidents, first question is, was it the other driver's fault? You might think that's obvious, but when you've been in a big accident and you have major injuries and your car is totaled, you think you are, you deserve compensation. And you've heard that Hawaii is a no-fault state. You may not be sure what that means, but you think it means I'm getting compensation no matter what. The bottom line is if the accident was not the other driver's fault, then you're not going to get compensation from that other driver for your injuries, and probably from nobody, right? Because even your own insurance company, yes, if you have the collision coverage, they're going to fix your car for you after you pay the deductible, but they're not going to compensate you for your pain and suffering because it wasn't the other driver's fault. So that's the first checkbox we have to consider. Was it the other driver's fault? Next checkbox, were you injured? All right. Now, did you stub your toe and you felt better in 10 minutes? Obviously, a lawyer is not going to be able to get you compensation for that. All right. There's some injuries that are very minor that it's just not worth everybody's time, including yours, to pursue the matter. And hurt feelings and frustration, they're not always, one of those types of injuries that makes it worth pursuing. So you have to have, serious enough injuries that a lawyer will be able to accept your case and get you compensation for those injuries. All right, just think about, you need to redo the transmission in your car. The mechanic's gonna spend a few days on it. They're gonna give you a $2,000 bill. Yes, it's a lot, but it's kind of what a mechanic deserves for spending a few days on your car. So think about a lawyer, how much compensation they should be paid for spending not a few days, but a few months or even a few years on your case. So you can, just start to think, oh, my lawyer may need a lot of compensation for this, depending on the case, right? If we can get you a settlement in a couple months, then we may be able to take your case, even though it's kind of a very minor injuries. But we do have to consider how serious the injuries are. Now, obviously, let us do that for you. Don't just hear this and say, oh, I'm not going to call any lawyers. Because everybody kind of has their own idea of what a serious injury is. So some people don't think their injuries are serious and they don't call any lawyers, and then they call us maybe a year after and we're like, man, why didn't you call us? These are serious enough. So, it can't hurt. Just call the lawyers and find out, right? It can't hurt to ask, right? Like they say. We all offer free consultations. It can't hurt just to call and see what happens. I'm just explaining to you the lawyer's side of it, the check boxes we're going through, to kind of give you an idea. If you're one of those that are trying to get a lawyer for a very minor accident and no one's taking your case, I'm just trying to help you understand why that might be the case. So first reason why you can't get a lawyer to take your case is that it's not the other driver's fault. Maybe you think it is, but if it's not, it's not, okay? If you didn't have the right of way, and if the other driver didn't break a law or didn't, violate your right of way and hit your car and cause damage, right? It can be really hard cases. I'll have clients sometimes tell me, oh yeah, there's a lot of damage. And then we get their car and where's the damage again? Oh yeah, it's right there. That scratch? Yeah, it's a really bad scratch. Oh, and you were hurt in this accident? Well, yeah. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm in kind of a silly mood today. Sorry. But you can kind of get the thought process. Like, it helps if there's a significant amount of damage to your car. It doesn't have to be a lot. Like I say, we'll take minor accidents sometimes. The bumper, you can tell it was an accident. Okay, that's probably going to be good enough. But when it's hard to even tell, then that may be another reason why you're having a hard time finding a lawyer. We'll be like, oh, send us pictures of the car. Okay, I think you sent us the wrong pictures, So those are some check boxes, right? Was it their fault? How bad were my injuries? How much damage was there to the car? And then there's a few other facts. Those are the main ones, right? The main one is the injuries. And of course, it has to be the other driver's fault and the injuries. That's going to be the main reason why a lawyer may or may not be able to take your case. Okay? Then there's these other kind of intangible ones that are just like, I hate almost even talk about it, but if you're just kind of a mean type of person, there's a couple reasons why that's not good. Obviously, work on it. Don't be a mean person, right? But if you're just a tough person to deal with, why would a lawyer want to deal with a tough person, right? A lawyer that's not being paid until he gets you a settlement, for one thing. And also, in the end, okay, if you are a really tough person to deal with, and let's say you're so tough you don't even want to take a reasonable settlement offer, you're one of those that wants every single penny you're entitled to, all right? So we go all the way to an arbitrator. Our arbitrator doesn't like you. So guess what? They're not going to give you a good award. A lot of things in life ends up being, do they like you? I hate to say it that way. Like, you don't need to be like, Miss America or Mr. America, whatever you would call it. Do they have that? But you need to be a likable person, okay? If we're going to put you in front of 12 people in a jury, they're already in a bad mood. They don't want to be there. They're already mad. They think lawyers are, filing frivolous lawsuits and everybody's just trying to get something they don't deserve. They got to like you, or at least not dislike you, okay? So you got to be a likable person. So that may be another reason. I hate to say it, I'm just putting it all out there. Calling all these lawyers and you're being rude to them, you're being rude to the secretary, or you're being all mad. Like, it's going to be hard to get a lawyer, okay? You don't want to be greedy, all right? Now, everyone wants to be compensated fairly for their injuries, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. But when you take it to the next level and you're trying to be greedy, that's going to be hard, all right? It's going to be hard for the lawyer to take your case because they're like, oh man, I'm not ever going to be compensated for my work on this because I'm going to work really hard. I'm going to get them a good settlement. They're going to be greedy. They're going to want a lot more than they deserve. We're going to work hard, go to a jury trial. They're going to be greedy. They won't agree to even what the jury offers, and we're going to have to appeal it, even though, that's a whole nother contract as far as with your lawyer getting one that will do an appeal. They're going to want to appeal it, and you end up spending years and years because somebody wanted more than they deserved. Okay, that's going to be a problem. So there's just all these intangible or maybe less obvious reasons why you're having a hard time getting a lawyer. To be honest with you, if you have a good case, serious injuries, you're a nice person, it's not hard to get a lawyer, okay? Like, there's a lot of injury lawyers. It's not going to be hard. But I always tell people, at least call 5 lawyers. If none of them want to take your case, then, really start to think about it, okay? If you want to call 10 or more, go for it, right? Can't hurt, There's free consultation, so why not? But, if you just know and want to take it, lawyers usually know what we're doing, all right? We've done this for many years. We've taken thousands of these calls, okay? I know I've taken thousands of potential client calls. So we're pretty good at sorting through the cases. It's not just so that we can be compensated, okay? That's not the only reason. It's for the client too. We don't want to get people's hopes up. Oh, the lawyer took my case. That means I'm definitely going to get a ton of money. Why would we get somebody's hopes up for no reason if that we're not going to be able to have a satisfied client in the end? All right, so hopefully this was helpful. I know this was really just a blunt discussion today, but after doing a lot of these videos, you start feeling like, you know what? Let's just be real. Let's just be real and let people know what people really want to know, right? So definitely give us a call if you're one of those that are having a hard time finding a lawyer. Give us a call. We'll talk through it. Hopefully, we'll be able to help you out and get you compensation that you deserve. You can call us, fill out our contact form on our website, and we will be happy to help you out. All right, thanks for listening and have a great day.